This is a public hearing of the Committee on Finance, the Subcommittee I, hereafter called to order. And we acknowledge, therefore, the commencing presence of Senator Gatchalian, who's shortly coming over, as well as Senator Robin, no? Sabay-sabay po kasi yung mga hearing namin, kaya kanya-kanyang umpisa na lamang. We now proceed with the matters at hand. We have pending before us the proposed 2026 budget of the Department of Trade and Industry and its attached agencies. We will begin with that. Thereafter, we will proceed with the PSED. And after which, we will start. So DTI muna, PSED ikalawa, and thereafter, Subic po. After that, yung hindi, yung Bataan, Cagayan at Zamboanga. Pero yung mga nasa ilalim ng DTI, sasakupin natin sa pagdinig ng DTI din. So we call now on the Committee Secretary, Attorney Dana Alberto, to acknowledge the presence of our resource speakers, most of all, Secretary Roque, please.
Good afternoon. The Committee on Finance, Subcommittee I, would like to acknowledge the presence of its distinguished guests, namely from the Department of Trade and Industry and its attached agencies and corporations, Office of the Secretary, we have Secretary Maria Cristina Roque. We have Assistant Secretary Marcos Valdez. From the Regional Operations Group, we have Undersecretary Blesila Lantayona, Assistant Secretary Grace Baluyan, Assistant Secretary Leonila Baluyot, Assistant Secretary Dominic Tolentino Jr. from International Trade.
And kung maari lang, itaas ang kanang kamay para alam ko. Mahinamata ko, pasensya po.
From the International Trade Group, we have Undersecretary Alan Hefty. From the Fair Trade Group, we have Assistant Secretary Regino Malyari Jr. From the Management Service Group, we have Assistant Secretary Christian R. Ablan. From Competitiveness and Innovation Group, we have Director Jordan Darong. From Supply Chain Logistics Group, we have Mr. Jonathan Cabaltera. From Industry Development and Investment Promotion Group, we have Dr. Bianca Sikimte. Sikimte. And Mr. Benedict Uy. From the attached agencies and corporations, we have Small Business Corporation, Mr. Robert Bastillo. Design Center of the Philippines, Ms. Rhea Matute. Center for International Trade Expositions and Missions, Ms. Romlea Julieta Campo. From the Construction Industry Authority of the Philippines, from National Development Corporation, Mr. Saturnino H. Mejia. From Philippine International Corporation, Ms. Mary S. Tong.
Philippine alin?
International Corporation, Ms. Mary S. Tong.
Yes. Okay.
Philippine Trade Training Center, Ms. Claire Marie Toralba. From Film Academy of the Philippines, Mr. Paulo Villaluna. From Cooperative Development Authority, Undersecretary Alexander Raquepo. From Aurora Pacific Economic Zone, Attorney Hill G. Taway IV. From Board of Investments, Ms. Evariste Cagatan. From Intellectual Property Office of the Philippines, Director Shamlet Garcia. From Philippine Economic Zone Authority, Attorney Jenny June G. Romero. That will be all, Senator Marcos. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And clearly under DTI, we have to undertake the attached agencies, BOI. I failed to have heard the Construction Industry Authority of the Philippines representative. Yes, Secretary, please. Lana. Wala bang representative ng SIAP? Parang wala akong nakita.
Wala pa po siya, ma'am.
Ay, yan ang may isang katutak na tanong. Aminin. Ano po ang pangalan nyo?
Good afternoon, Madam Chair. I'm Attorney Jerome Matas from the construction industry.
Alin?
Jerome Matas po.
Mata?
From the Construction Industry Arbitration Commission. The acting executive director of CIAP is on her way, ma'am.
Okay, so somebody's turning up.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, they'd better. Thank you. CDA, Design Center, Philippine Trade Training, tapos APECO, ano? Kasi attached corporations din kayo, pati SITEM at SBC. So, kompleto tayo pero lang yung construction, tama? Okay, thank you. Let's launch straight into, if you will allow, do you need to present this? We've read it quite thoroughly and I'm rather familiar with your budget. Unless you have a very, very brief presentation, ang dami po nating agenda eh. Ayun na nga, pero binasa ko naman. Can we just launch into the questions para may pagtanggol ko ang inyong budget? Kailangan naintindihan ko rin. So if you will allow, we just launch into the interpellation straight away. Kasi miski si Secretary Roque nahahabaan sa sariling presentation. Opo. So para makapagtapos tayo ng maaga at madispatch ako kayo, arito, no? Unang-una, pag-usapan natin na kaagad-agad, ano? The biggest concern right now in the minds of so many of our traders, our exporters and importers, what is the state or the status of the negotiations of tariffs between the U.S. and the United States? The last time you came, I believe, Secretary, sabi po ninyo na hindi pa tapos. So, asa na po tayo? Kasi nakatapos na at ang pagkaintindi namin, 19%, yun din ang sinabi ni Yusek Gepti. Asa na po tayo?
Good afternoon, good Senator Amy Marcos. And of course to the DTI family, good afternoon. We are still actually negotiating as of this time. Nandito po si Yusek Alan Hepti, who's a chief negotiator who can actually give you a more extensive.
Kasi yun din ang sinabi ninyo nung last time. Wala ba tayong mabibigay na update para sa ating mga exporter, importer
meron
at
po.
mga nagnenegosyo?
Meron,
ano po yung
meron
update?
po. Go ahead, Yusek Hepti.
Kasi ang ibang bansa mukhang pinal na. Mukhang pinal na yung Japan and Korea starting the negotiations at 24 and 25% respectively. And thereafter, bringing the entire amount down to 15%. So the question arises among many Filipinos, given that we are military allies as well with an MDT and clearly EDCA bases or at least military installations here in the Philippines, why was the Philippines not able to negotiate a similarly advantageous rate, given that we are clearly a strategic defense partner? So you're saying hindi pa final?
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am, for giving the floor, and good afternoon, Madam Chair. As to the status of the agreement on reciprocal trade negotiation, the same is still ongoing, Madam Chair.
Pero buwan na, so wala pa nangyayari sa loob ng 2.5 buwan mula nang umappear si Secretary Roque? Wala ba tayong mabigay na update kahit katiting?
Well, the updates is that we have submitted the initial list of products that we are requesting for exemption from the reciprocal tariff rates of 19%. These are the agricultural products like coconut, pineapple.
No, but President Trump already announced that, in fact, all products from the U.S. would be zero tariff entering the Philippines. Are you saying he was wrong?
Well, to date, Your Honor, the same is not yet final. In fact, even in the pronouncement of the USTR.
I'm concerned. I think during a previous hearing, alam na natin yung sugar, for example, maliwanag naman si SRA chair na in fact na 19% pinaghatian na lamang nila kasi kung hindi, yung mga order ay makakansela. So, asa na ba tayo? So, sinasabi ninyo na it's not yet in effect, it's not yet final, pero sinisingil na.
Yes.
Ano ba yun?
Well, the status right now, Your Honor, is that as far as the 19% reciprocal tariff rate, the same is already effective
Kaya
for
nga,
goods
so,
coming to
ano pang
the US.
i-negotiate? Naniningil na eh.
But that reciprocal tariff rate, Your Honor, is a unilateral imposition of the United States.
Understood. But I'm saying that the comparison has been made even by some representatives from the United States that in fact we are more comparable to South Korea or Japan being defense partners versus the others who were imposed 19%, such as Vietnam, Indonesia, Malaysia, and the rest. Bakit tayo hindi pinagbigyan? Sinasabi mo hindi pa tapos, pero naniningil na di tapos na.
Well, because it is unilateral po, Your Honor. But to date, Your Honor, no country
It's
or
unilateral, but clearly there's room for negotiation. Why
That is-
weren't we able to negotiate?
that is why we are negotiating, Your Honor, together with the other countries. And to date,
But
Your Honor,
clearly not to great success kasi pinapatawan na ng 19% eh.
well, because that is something beyond our control. It was the United States who issued the executive order on that.
I know what unilateral means. Yes, it's beyond our control, but also it's subject to negotiation. You yourself said. Bakit hindi na ipapababa?
Well-
Tulad ng Japan at Korea.
Well, right now, Your Honor, except for the revised reciprocal tariff rates issued last July by the President of the United
It's
States.
revised. Ganun pa rin since July.
It was revised, Your Honor, because there were actually 3 sets of reciprocal tariff rates.
Understood. But the ones announced were really at 19. Hindi pa
For the
napap-
Philippines, yes,
mula-
that's
mulat sa
19%.
pula, hindi pa napapababa mula Hulyo.
Not yet, Your
O, yun na
Honor.
nga.
Not
So ano
yet.
na nangyari? Nasa October na po tayo.
We have ongoing negotiations right now, and
Wala
that's
bang timeline yan? Kasi tapos na yung iba eh. Tapos na yung...
well,
ang nakatengal na lamang, di ba yung China? Pero actually, Japan and Korea tapos na. Tapos na rin yung Vietnam. Tapos na rin Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia.
well,
Pati Singapore.
to date, Your Honor, wala pa pong country or economy na nakapag-conclude at finalize ng reciprocal trade agreement with the US. Lahat po ongoing. So yung mga
I don't
na-announce,
think that's what we're reading in
well,
the news.
yun nga po, Your
It
Honor.
appears quite final.
So that's why, Your Honor, we have to clarify that because the common notion of the general public is that it is as if there's already a trade deal arrived at by these countries or economies.
Ganon.
But to date, Your Honor, no country or economy has yet finalized and concluded a trade agreement that was duly signed or ratified by the parties.
No country has finalized. I'm
Yes
going to
po.
hold you to that. Has
Well,
finalized.
Ngayon po kasi ang mga nilalabas pa lang po mga joint statement. So basically, there are parameters like in the case of Indonesia, for example, of the 10 ASEAN member states right now, only Indonesia and the United States came out with a joint statement. But that joint statement is not yet an agreement.
So
That
you're
lays-
actually saying there's an exception to the rather blanket statement you made previously. Is that correct? So in fact, the exception is Indonesia. Is that correct?
The Indonesia has a joint statement
Oh,
with
so-
the US.
So ang sinasabi mo, pinal na yung Indonesia.
No, not yet, Your Honor. What I'm saying is that they only have a joint statement, but they do not have yet an agreement.
Pero
that
di
is-
ba lahat naman nag-joint statement?
Wala po, Your Honor. Ang mga joint statement lang po na may inilabas, as far as I can recall, is one, of course, is the United Kingdom, the first one. And then you have the
So
Indonesia.
but earlier you quite bravely made the blanket statement that not a single country has made a final trade agreement. Now you're saying
That-
UK.
that,
Obvious
that
ba UK? Oo. Tapos na yun.
joint statement po yun, Your Honor. Meron
Hindi,
po
pero
silang
nakadetalye siya eh.
Meron
Nanonood
pong-
rin naman tayo ng BBC pare.
meron pong konting mga details like for example commitments and also undertaking to reduce tariff rates. But if
Okay.
you are talking po of an agreement,
Teka, I'd just like to acknowledge the presence of our chairman of the Finance Committee of the Senate, Senator Sherwin Gatchalian. Maraming salamat for your presence. Nag-umpisa na po kami at napakaraming agenda.
yes.
Ayun.
So,
Yes, Alan,
I just
so-
clarify, Your Honor.
may final, no final?
Well, number one, Your
We're
Honor,
pregnant, we're a little bit
kung
pregnant.
pinag-uusapan po natin, Your Honor, ay trade agreement in the nature na international agreement na talagang trade deal na signed, ratified ng parties, wala pa po yon. Pero kung pinag-uusapan po natin ay mga statement na inilabas ng mga countries
Marami
about
na.
certain details, meron po ang UK saka US, may Indonesia saka US, And of course, meron ding ang EU saka US. Pero po, pag agreement in itself ang pinag-uusapan as in international agreement,
Okay,
wala
it's
pa po.
okay. It's okay. We're quibbling. Why don't we just break it down? What are the goods covered by the 19% tariff? Clearly, sugar was covered. Clearly, electronics was covered. Ano
Mm.
pang covered?
Well, just to summarize po,
Lahat covered.
in general
Wala
po,
pang exception kahit
may
isa.
mga exception po.
Okay. What
So
are the exceptions?
general ay covered po ng 19% reciprocal tariff except for the following. One, yung auto and auto parts because these products are subject to
Where is
20
that written? Since you said there's no final agreement.
executive order po issued by President Trump.
Okay.
So ang
this
exempted
is
po,
contained in a Trump executive order.
yes po.
Okay.
So ito
Okay.
po yung mga exempted. So
Yeah,
you have
okay.
auto and auto parts, but exempted
Yan
nga
lang.
po. No, marami, I will enumerate po.
Kaya nga, can we
So
proceed?
iron and steel, subject po yan ng 50%. Meron din po tayong mga energy and energy related na goods. And then semiconductors, exempted po siya. Not all semiconductors tariff lines,
Ano
however,
yan? Finished, unfinished. Anong state ng
different
semiconductor?
stages po of the
All
product.
stages are the same? Hindi
In terms of semiconductors po, there are 26 tariff lines.
Kaya nga.
Ang exempted lang po ay 16 tariff lines. But we are fortunate po na yung 99% of our semiconductors being exported to the US were covered by the exemption.
Kaya nga.
So yun po yung status po ngayon. And then the rest po ay merong reciprocal tariff rate.
Paano yung mga agricultural goods, yung mga pineapple, coconut,
Ay
paano
subject
yan?
po yun ng reciprocal tariff rate.
So walang exemption sa agri.
Yun po, wala pa po ngayon. Yun po ang wino-work out at yun po ang nine-negotiate natin. That's why we
Wala
submitted the
bang
list.
timeline yan?
Well, wala pong timeline because number one, the reality po, Your Honor, is that there are, of course, 195 countries. Yung subject po ng country-specific reciprocal tariff rates ay 69 countries
But
or
haven't we
economies.
imposed a deadline sa atin sarili? At least dito para may maasahan
well-
naman yung mga exporter natin.
Well, of course, ma'am, we're rushing up the finalization of the negotiation, but
Understood. But what's your
the
working
US,
deadline?
but US po is negotiating with
I
at least 69
understand,
countries po.
Yes, I understand. We're all aware that it's unilaterally imposed. You've said that a dozen times. And all I'm asking is, don't we have a working deadline?
Well, as far as the
Which is
working,
usually how we negotiate,
Yes
right?
po.
We have a working deadline. Medyo, ano yung operational
Yes po.
deadline natin?
well, of course po, two ways po yan. Of course, on our part, we want to fast track the negotiation. But
Okay.
when we had our last round of negotiation with the US
Oh.
about 3 weeks ago,
Oh.
syempre, they told us na they are also facing a lot of negotiation with other countries kasi nga po
Understood,
69.
understood.
So
Only
we're
six-
looking at siguro hopefully by next year or hopefully
Which part of next year?
that I could not give the definite period, ma'am.
So we have
but
no working timeline. This is just a floating work in progress. Ganun ba yun?
no working timeline as agreed by two sides. But from our last
Understood.
discussion
I
po from the
understand that
US,
we can always negotiate. Ang
Yes
akin
po.
lamang, para may maasahan naman yung naghihiccups natin
Yes
mga
po.
exporter.
yes po. So yun nga po.
Wala.
Right now,
Wala pa rin.
based on our discussions with our counterpart, it will be very difficult to conclude the same within the year, given the number of negotiations
No.
being handled by
Yes,
USTR.
assuming hindi 2025, 2026, anong banda?
Kasi
January ba yan o December?
po ma'am, two-way ho kasi ang negotiation ma'am eh. Something that we
Pero
cannot.
yung realidad, kasi nakaharap kayo
Yes
doon,
po.
bigyan naman ninyo kami ng konting inkling. 3 buwan na ang nakalipas, wala pa rin progress, wala pa rin report. At least bigyan naman ninyo kami ng konting pag-asa, di ba? May linaw
sa
ba
ngayon
sa
po ma'am,
dilim?
ang masasabi ko lang po is that based on our last discussion is that we're looking at by next year na po ito if ever matatapos. As to when next year, siyempre po I could not give a definite period pero yun po ang naging usapan po
That's
namin.
fine. Okay.
Yes po.
Okay, that's not very helpful, but The other concern, of course, is that despite the 19%, which has no direction and no deadline, we have very little to look forward to. Instead of which, Secretary Roque has spoken in the media that, in fact, the U.S. and the Philippines are negotiating a likely 100% tariff on electronics, our number one export. What is the reason for the imposition of such an onerous tariff on our export? Secretary Roque was the one who made the statement, I believe, about the impending 100% tariff. Is that correct?
Yes, actually, yes, but the negotiations, the detailed negotiations was under Yusek Hepti, so he would be best to at least go ahead, Yusek.
Yeah. I'm hoping that Yusek Hepti will be a little bit more forthcoming. What is the reason for the 100% tariff? Anong kasalanan natin?
Well, number one, Your Honor, I can only base my response based on the news. But as far as the US is concerned,
You just said na ikaw ang nagne-negotiate.
yes
Bakit
po,
based
yes
on
po.
the news
Kasi
pa
po
rin?
ang tanong po is ano po ang reason ng US in imposing the planned
Pero
100%?
Di ba ikaw ang nakikipag-usap?
Yes po, yes po.
Eh bakit based on the news? Di
Eh kasi po ang
based
tanong
on
po is ano
pag-usap
po ang dahilan ng US kung bakit po sila nagpaplano na mag-impose
pero
ng 100%?
syempre, kausap mo yung tao, makikita mo kung ano yung dahilan.
Actually,
Proceed.
Senator, we just heard that also from the news, that
Which
they were
news?
planning to, because there's actually a
What's
lot
the
of
point of
news that come
negotiating
out.
kung hindi kayo nag-uusap at
Hindi,
nababalitaan lang sa
nag-uusap
media?
po kami, and then sometimes there are things that we actually just read in the news also, and
Okay.
then they actually ask us. So we just go back to the negotiating table again,
Okay,
and then
having
we talk
gone back
about
to the
this.
negotiating table, anong sabi sa inyo?
Go ahead, you said.
Well, the apparent reason is they just want to bring the manufacturing industry of semicon in the US. So yun po talaga yung agenda ng present administration. And I think that applies also to the other key sectors. That's why they have imposed this reciprocal tariff.
Are you saying that the 100% universal tariff on electronics is not just imposed on the Philippines, but it's a universal tariff?
That is a plan as far as reports are concerned. But to date, as I mentioned,
So parang sino pa ang nabigyan ng babala na magkakaroon ng 100% tariff sa electronics? Vietnam?
all economies,
Lahat-lahat?
because
So you're
yes,
saying it's a universal threat?
yes, Your Honor,
So lahat yan yung nag-export,
Yes, Your Honor.
Vietnam, Taiwan, lahat?
that is correct, Your Honor.
So all. So you're saying it's a universal tariff.
Yes, Your
So
Honor.
does the DTI have projections you can share on the effect of this tariff on our flailing imports, considering that our electronics contribute 62.28% per data of SAPI of our exports on the US? What will be the numerical impact? I think this is a number that I asked you in a previous hearing. I never got any response from the DTI, so I have to ask you again. What is the amount?
Senator, I'll just get the number from BOI. But actually, of course, there's going to be an impact on our exports
Kaya nga,
to the US.
magkano? Kasi nababasa natin yung impact sa ibang bansa, halos nagre-reorganize ang iba't ibang kapitbahay natin dahil sa tindi nito. Tayo, wala tayong estimate.
And then for now, Senator, our exports are still up by 12%. Maybe in the
No, I'm
future,
talking about electronics in particular.
it's
In
flat.
the event that 100% tariff is imposed, what happens to us?
Yes.
And what will
Sige,
be the
ikaw na,
measurable loss?
I'll just, according to, it's going to be flat, but Yusek Hepti will
No, I need a
explain
number.
further.
Well, that will be devastating to our export industry
Kaya nga,
because
so anong estimate ninyo?
because 53% of our exports are electronic products. That's
I
around
think I'm
$12.1
getting
billion.
I'm sorry, I think I'm getting a different number. This is only to the US, it's 62.68 per your own submission. Why is it different now? Why is it 53?
This is based on the 2024 total
Is
exports.
this to the US?
Yes, Your Honor.
So it's now 53.
53%.
Why did you submit this other number? Okay. Anyway, so the losses will be? No, this is from your own website, sorry. Okay, dun sa 53%, anong mawawala?
Well, number one is that more than the export industry, employment will have of
That's
course
still
adverse effect.
employment is part of the export
Yes, yes,
industry. I don't
yes.
know
So that will be
why
affected.
you can disaggregate those numbers. Can you give me a number though? We
Uh,
know it's going to impact employment. I
yeah.
need a number. Hindi, kasi ang hirap-hirap mag-plan forward. We're talking about budget. So, ang pag-uusapan lamang dito ay puro numero. Hanggang ngayon, hindi pa kayo nag-a-assess kung gaano katindi at gaano kalaki ang impact nitong US tariff na 100% sa ating electronics. Okay, ihambing na lamang natin sa Vietnam. Vietnam, maliwanag ang electronics. Dati 42%, ngayon patas-patas na tayo halos, 19-20%. At kumpleto ang investment nila sa mga wafer and other furnaces. Tayo walang ininvest. So we're not competitive. So mapupunta yan lahat sa Vietnam. So, anong mangyayari sa atin? Wala ba tayong kalkulasyon? Di ba dapat yun ang dadalhin natin sa budget hearing?
Well, Robert, Your Honor, as to the employment under the
Gusto pa ninyo
industry.
magka-hearing? Ayoko na eh. Pagod na si Senator Gatchalian. Dami-dami niyang hearing. Wala? Okay.
We're just checking the number of employees under.
No, it's not the employees. I want the dollar or peso cost.
Well-
What's the loss? We're not talking about human life. And you're not DOLE. So it should be DTI.
As I mentioned, Your Honor, no, the 100% is still a threat as far as US is concerned.
Understood, but you
the
should
export,
calculate losses simply because this is a budget hearing. At kapag may nawala, we need to place some amount to help our local manufacturers, hindi ba? Paano ko huhulaan yung numero na yon kung mismo yung DTI walang ideya? Kung hihingi tayo ng karagdagan pera para sa ating mga exporter, hindi ba dapat at obligasyon ninyo i-estimate kung magkano ang mawawala, ano ang lugi nila para matulungan ng gobyerno? Ganun lang kasimple yun, budget hearing po to eh.
will revert to the other details, Your Honor. But for now,
It's not the detail.
what we can give po to the committee is that number one, since 53% of our total exports are semiconductor electronic products, then of course that will be greatly affected. In terms of dollars, the total export is $12.1 billion.
Yes.
And then if you're talking of semiconductors, that's around 22 to 25% of our total electronic products being exported to the US. And in terms of dollars, that would be 2.5 to $3 billion, Your Honor.
2.5 to 3 billion ang estimated losses. Tinatanong ko at kinukulit kita dahil ang pinaka-importante, tatakbo yan sa Senado at hihingi sa pamahalaan. Dapat maganda tayo. Kung makita ninyo ang nangyari sa ating ibang bansa, sa ating mga karatig bansa, halos nag-reorganize na sila ng buong gobyerno para hindi sila mabangkarote. Tayo, wala tayong estimate. Yun lang. At ano yung strategy natin kapag nangyari ito? Worst case scenario. Anong strategy? Are we considering imposing tariffs on our biggest imports, such as the agricultural products, where we clearly have a surplus for the US?
Well, in terms of...
Ang ginagawa ng China, di ba? Pinigilan nila at inipit yung mga rare earth. Ano yung gagawin natin?
Well,
Namimili tayo ng agricultural products. Anong gagawin natin?
Well, in terms of strategies, number one is, of course, to continue the negotiation with the US.
That's not a strategy. That's the reality.
Yes, but that's part of the strategy because other countries, like, for example, our
No, but what are our options?
one is the priority is, of course, to request the exemption of key Philippine products
That's not
under reciprocal
strategy. How
tariff.
will you go about it?
Well, that's why
your
we are...
job. That's not a strategy.
That's why we
you're
are
suggesting.
negotiating, Your Honor, on that. And then,
No, but what's the strategy nga?
well, another strategy is that we're expanding our market access to other countries. That's why we have series of FTA negotiations right now. One is with the EU,
Yes,
Chile,
we'll deal with
UAE.
that later. That's in general.
Yes.
Specific to electronics, wala.
Well, of course, the usual assistance that we provide, Your Honor. That's why we are closely coordinating with them.
I'm not.
But if you're
I'm
talking,
not
Your Honor,
seeing
of
any line item in your budget that refers
that
to electronic losses due to 100% tariff. You can't even give me a number for those losses.
if you are referring, Your Honor, as to funds that will be extended by the government, I am not aware of that. If there's any line item.
Okay. All right. So there's no strategy. What
For
are the programs of DTI to address the concerns of the electronics, wearables, and travel goods sectors that will clearly be at a loss? Do we have any programs to provide subsidies, alternate markets you mentioned along the way, other forms of assistance to exporters? A quick visit to our economic zones will show us that they are hemorrhaging jobs as we speak. Ano ang plano? Wala po akong nakikita sa inyong budget pagkat yung budget ninyo ay halos business as usual. Konting-konti lang ang pinagkaiba nung last year hanggang sa ngayon. So iyon ang hinahanap ko. Anong gagawin natin? Hindi ba sinasabi lagi sa atin na you plan for the worst and pray for the best? Ang problema ngayon, asan yung plano kapag nangyari ito?
Senator, yes, that's a good question. We are actually looking for other markets already for actually all the products of the Philippines, especially those that will be affected
But in
by
the
the
meantime,
US.
yes, Secretary, of course. But as we know, we are among the countries with very, very few FTAs.
Mm.
Kung ikumpara sa Thailand at Vietnam, kakarampot lamang siguro sa isang kamay, mabibilang ko. Samantalang, kasi ako rin ang head ng Foreign Affairs, we have hardly any FTAs to speak of. So, matagal-tagal yung mga market access niya. It's not gonna happen overnight. In the meantime, naghihikahos ang exporter. Pag pumunta ka sa Mandaue, pag pumunta ka sa Bataan, nakikita mo naman ang dami-daming nakatunganga at nawalan ng trabaho. Anong gagawin doon? Kasi wala naman ako nakikita. May subsidy ba yan? May allowance? May reskilling, upskilling? Wala naman ako nakikita.
Actually, we are strengthening also the local market kasi ito rin yung attractive sa actually yung mga foreign investments na kung ano na pumapasok, aside from also strengthening the foreign trade service core, which is and the DTI in the DTI offices all over the world. So
yes, but
and-
market development is rather medium to long-term process. Ano yung immediate? Kasi immediate talaga yung problema. Nagkakalagasan na ng trabaho ng libo-libo. Anong sagot natin doon?
Yes, tama po yun actually. But these exporters, sanay na po sila mag-export. So we just have to find the other markets like Europe, Asia, and
I understand, but market opening is a medium to long-term process. It doesn't happen overnight. Pwede ba yung mga trabahador na 2-3 taon na walang trabaho, sasabihin na lang natin, o sige maghintay kayo hanggang magbukas ang Middle East, Latin America at Africa? Ayun ba ang sagot natin? Parang wala akong mukha na sumagot na ganun.
Hindi po. With all due respect, Senator, kung exporter and long-time exporter po, it's actually easy for you to penetrate other markets because once we do the B2B,
that's not true.
It's
they're
nandun
losing
po ako
jobs by the thousand. When was the last time you were in Mandaue, dear?
In Cebu around 2 months ago.
Well, precisely.
Yes,
If
yeah.
you go to any of the export zones, even the light industry zones, ang dami-daming walang trabaho.
Hindi kasi po ang nakakonsentrate po sila sa US market. So
yes, that's right. But it's not that easy to shift. Ang sinasabi ko, bukas makalawa, hindi naman pwedeng ganun na. Ano yung tulong na may bibigay natin sa mga nasisante sa trabaho? Libo-libo yun.
Yes, actually finding the new markets for them.
I understand you're drumming it to the ground. I mean,
and also the
that's
local
not really
market.
the answer. The answer is you really need to give them some subsidies so that they can exist and that their families eat. And also, what are the alternate jobs? Clearly, many have been automated. So they're boxed out of that. So clearly there's a need to upskill, or else they go somewhere else and do something else. Pero yung alternate markets is one in 1,000 other solutions, none
Yes.
of which you're giving me.
As of now, Senator, they're still exporting, no? Because they still have actually past orders, which
Yeah,
they
pero
are still
kakarangkot
serving.
na lang, tinatapos na lamang yung dati.
Yes, but at the same time, while they're doing this, they're actually also finding markets for them. We have 29 offices all over the world with 21 trade attaches that are
I know.
actually
I mean,
doing all of this
yeah, I
now.
said I read this. That's fine. But that's not the answer. The answer is the employees that have lost their jobs here in Manila, in all the provinces. Yun ang tinatanong ko. Ano ang kabuhayan na maidudulot natin sa kanila?
Meron din po kaming local markets that we presented actually
Hindi
to
po
these
yun-
exporters.
Hindi po yun ang sagot. Anong gagawin sa mga pamilya na nawalan ng trabaho? Kasi wala akong nakikita sa buong budget mo, ordinary lang yung budget mo, business as usual. Samantalang ang kalagayan ng mundo ngayon, hindi talaga usual.
We don't
It's
have
that
any.
we're probably seeing the last gasp of globalization as we know it. So I think we need to plan for that, just as our neighbors have. Anyway, it doesn't seem like DTI has an answer. Let's proceed to another question. The SAPI has long urged government funding for a $10 million lab scale wafer fab. Matagal na to, tagal-tagal na nilang hinihingi. Pero wala namang nakikita sa budget ninyo. This, in fact, as recommended by SAPI, would be one of the answers. Then we'd be more competitive. Wala kayong balak nito. To boost localization and prevent dollar leakage, wala man ako nakikita, nasa tier 2 ba ito na tinanggal ng DBCC? Wala akong nakikita samantalang matagal na ito hinihingi Naririnig ko to 4 na taon na yata. Nung last Congress ko pa naririnig ko kasi hawak ko nun yung economic affairs. Tapos yung Vietnam, nagpatayo na ng ganito. Tayo wala pa rin. Ang DTI, kahit kailan di naman nagre-recommend.
Actually, Senator, what we really are pushing is really to strengthen the trade abroad, no, by actually adding more budget
That's not
for
the
the
answer. We're not
FTSE.
competitive. That's the problem. Kahit anong merkado yan, kahit pumunta kang Africa or South America or Middle East, kahit pa dito sa kapitbahay natin sa ASEAN, since we have preferential trade agreements, it doesn't make a difference. We're uncompetitive and outdated. And we really need this lab scale wafer fab. Nagtataka ako bakit ang DTI hindi nagre-recommend nito.
Okay, Senator, we'll actually
It's okay.
follow your
Fine.
recommendation and
No, there's no need
get
to,
this.
there's no need to take me seriously. Far more important is SAPI. I think the industry is far more important. Okay. Anyway, I give up. Market access, since you like that topic. Negotiating trade deals with European Union, United Arab Emirates. Anong status? Are we getting anywhere with Europe?
The CEPA will be signed already by end November.
Is that Europe or UAE?
UAE po.
When will it be signed?
End November,
Okay.
around November 24.
What's
To be a tentative.
What are the goods covered for the UAE?
Go ahead, you second.
Well, almost all our products of interest are well covered. So that
Yeah,
includes
could you name the
agricultural
top-
products,
Sorry.
processed products,
No, start with the first one. What did you say?
agricultural products.
Which
so,
one?
So the usual banana, pineapple, the tropical fruits, Your Honor. And then,
Pineapple.
yes.
Which pineapple? Processed? Juice?
Process, yes.
What? Or
all,
fresh?
all.
Fresh or
Pre-
not?
Both fresh and processed.
Sigurado ka?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
And
Kasi
then-
laging wala. Okay.
And then-
Ano pang covered nito? Any other goods?
Of course, industrial products
Such as?
like the usual electronics and machineries.
What machinery? There's no usual machinery. We don't export machinery.
We have what you call this electronics,
Kaya nga,
machinery,
what
transport
machinery? Can
equipment.
you be a little bit more specific, Yusek Gepti? There's too much waffle going on.
Yes, Your Honor. Just give me time, Your Honor. But also processed products, we have
I
also
don't have
secured.
time.
Okay.
Thank you. What about the EU? Any progress?
Yes, Senator. But dapat by next year, tapos na po yung EU FTA. Actually, when I was in Davos
Anong
last
interest
year,
nila?
pardon?
Anong interest nila? Anong bibilin sa atin?
Okay, go ahead, Yusek Kempty.
Well, with respect to the PHCU FTA, negotiations are still ongoing. So wala pa po kami sa market access negotiation. So far, ang nine-negotiate pa lang po namin is the text-based negotiation. So these are the rules and discipline. As far as interest of EU is concerned, of course, as far as rules are concerned, they're very particular on trade and sustainable development agenda. So that includes labor, environment,
Sure,
good
we're familiar.
governance, and also
Any other FTAs in the pipeline?
Chile, Your Honor. We
Okay.
have ongoing negotiation with Chile. And then also we applied CPTPP accession, comprehensive and progressive agreement for the Trans-Pacific Partnership.
Yeah, yun dati. Oo.
So we have
Yung
already
luma yan na rename, ano.
from
Okay.
TPP to CPTPP.
Yeah.
Yes, and then we have
Yes, but this is all discussion pa rin. It's not imminent.
we just applied our
Oh.
accession.
Okay,
To
so applied
CPTPP.
na yan.
At the regional level, we have ongoing ASEAN-Canada FTA negotiation.
But
And
that's with ASEAN.
with ASEAN,
Yeah.
we just concluded the ASEAN-China.
Mabigat ng duplication natin sa ASEAN.
We just concluded the ASEAN-China FTA.
Yeah,
Uh,
but let's not take credit for ASEAN because that's really ASEAN. What about Philippines?
For the Philippines, the ongoing negotiations are already
You were
mentioned.
already in agreement with me that in fact we're a laggard in the area of FTAs. So
In terms of
uh,
number, yes. Compared to other ASEAN
Kaya
member
nga,
states, they
that's
have many FTAs.
kaya nga,
That's
why we're very
why
keen to hear.
we are fortunate that, I mean, in the current administration, we're aggressive in negotiating FTAs, Your Honor. So we are also considering possible bilateral FTA with
Okay.
Canada. Israel is also in the pipeline.
Yeah, pero tapos na yung ASEAN dyan, so that's not interesting. It's
But
hardly
this
in your
one is a
market.
bilateral FTA, not a
Yes.
regional one.
Yeah, even so, anyway.
But there are advantages, Your Honor, in a bilateral FTA as against regional FTAs.
UAE lang, ang dami-dami, ang pinakamalaking pera ngayon, Middle East, UAE lang, wala pang iba.
We are all,
Next year. EU FTA next year.
No, I'm talking about the Middle East.
UAE
Wala
pa lang.
na,
UAE
UAE
pa lang
lang.
po. UAE pa
Yung
lang.
iba, umaasa sila sa mga trabahador na Pilipino, dapat naman magtulong-tulong.
Yes po. Ang Israel po is in the pipeline also. We're exploring
Pero mabigat
possible.
yun talagang bakbakan pa dun eh. Anyway, okay, ilan ang manpower complement sa negotiating team mo?
Well, for DTI, BITR, Your Honor, we only have 43, including administrative staff. That's why we want to expand also our manpower complement.
Yeah, but your report is not very inspiring. Sorry.
Well,
If you can give me more data and more information, I'll be more helpful. Kaya nga ako nagtatanong.
yes, Your
Pero
Honor.
wala ka naman nabibigay na datos. Paano ako magko-compute?
Well, that's why in terms of manpower complement, I'm giving the data now, Your Honor.
No, you're just telling me how many you are.
Yes, but
Yeah, but you're not telling me moving forward, anong kailangan ninyo? Wala namang FTA.
I will
Wala
go to
naman
that, Your
masyadong
Honor. That's
tuloy.
why we have a
Palpak
request.
naman yung ating US tariff.
Well, that's why we have requested, Your Honor,
Parang
expansion.
nakakatamad naman dagdagan ng tao kung ganyan ang output.
That's why we have requested expansion, Your Honor, an additional 87.
Pero dapat
items.
mag-deliver kayo. Dapat may accomplishment report.
Well, we have delivered, Your Honor. In fact, under the current administration,
No, as a matter of fact, most of us think that we got a raw deal at 19% given the defense partnership.
Well, as I mentioned, the 19%, Your Honor, is a unilateral imposition of the US.
I understand.
So,
You keep
I
saying
mean,
that.
we were not spared
Okay.
of that reciprocal tariff. So,
All right.
that's the reality po that we have
All
to
right,
face.
I'm just saying that give me a reason to believe, but you've had very great difficulty in answering even the most basic questions. So it's difficult for me also. I don't want to argue with you. It's just a budget hearing. Okay, so we go now to the foreign trade services. We have 29 foreign trade services offices, clearly far more than the FTAs. So is there a standard for DTI to keep establishing these foreign trade posts? Dahil Ang konti-konti ng total trade sa ibang bansa nito, ang taas-taas ng sweldo, puros dollar denominated. Wala namang possibility of establishing an FTA. What's your standard for putting up an office overseas, which costs the earth?
Thank you, Senator, for that question. Actually, we've done a lot of B2Bs in those offices. In fact, ang dami na ring, I'll just
Bakit
get the
B2B?
numbers.
Gobyerno po tayo. It's not business to business.
No, we do in those offices. Like example, a company
You're
here
not
wants.
B2B, B2B.
No, we do foreign investments.
That's
po.
foreign investment. That's
Yes,
not
yeah.
B2B.
No,
B2B
we
is
also do.
another
Yes,
business.
no, I understand
Philippine
that.
government
Yes,
is not a
but
business.
yes,
They have a
po.
different job.
Yes, and then we also do a lot of we get a lot of foreign investments through
So is there
through
a
those
standard?
office.
Is there a
So when we
standard?
go abroad, po, that's the one who really arranges everything that happens when we have, let's say, presidential visit or state visits. When we have business missions, also sila po for all the departments.
Understand, but
Senator.
I think to the best of our knowledge, trade offices, trade attaches, foreign trade services are calculated on the basis on the quantum of trade done in those countries or the potential thereof,
Correct.
not on the possibility that an official might visit and requires airport courtesies and other protocol.
Hindi po. That's
Kaya nga, so itong 29 na to, masasabi mo ba ito yung 29 na pinakamahalaga, pinakamalaki na trading partner natin? At may mapupuntahan na FTA. Yun lang ang tinatanong ko kasi
yes.
maraming gusto ni Yusek Gepti, dagdagan yung negotiating team. Saan tayo kukuha? Talaga bang itong 29 foreign trade services, malaki ba yung kinikita natin dyan? I mean to say, are these the top trading partners?
Yes po. There's really a lot of
No, but are they actually?
Yes.
So where are they? Are they in Russia?
We have in almost all the countries all over the world. There's in Japan. There's
29 there. That's
Yes.
not all the countries in the world.
Yes, correct. But we have in actually countries where we really have a lot of trade also, and where we are
No,
strong at
they
also.
only have 29. How
Yes,
were
correct.
these 29 chosen?
We
Okay,
open
listen,
actually
you know what
pag
to do?
meron tayong
Just give me
strength
the
in that
data.
country. Can I have?
Just give me a list of the countries. Which one are we looking forward to an FTA? What's the budget of each foreign trade service?
Actually, for the foreign trade, we are asking now
Kasi
an additional.
nung binigyan ako ng kopya nito noon, kitang-kita that there are attaches in countries with minimal trade, almost no trade, no possibility of FTA, and certainly no negotiation. So the discussion has been that such monies were better spent on filling up the DMW, where we actually have Filipinos working in those countries. At tigilan na itong mga DTI attaches. Kasi wala naman kasing delivery. Yun ang tanong. Di sinasabi ko lang sa inyo para alam ninyo kasi mahihirapan rin ako ipagtanggol ang budget na ganito pag wala namang accomplishment, di ba? Normal lang yun eh.
Also
Hindi, pero
being
yung
used by the
29
other departments aside from the DTI, like
that's not the
DOE
point.
and
That's not
DNR and all the others.
That's not the point. Please listen carefully. The foreign trade offices, is there a standard by which you choose those countries?
Yes, there is. Here is Ben Uy. He'll explain it further. As he's an FTSC director.
Yeah, hi ma'am. Good afternoon po. With Ben Uy po. Sir, ma'am, for yung deliverables, for example,
Hindi, ano ang standard para magtatag ng isang foreign trade office?
we haven't opened new posts in this one, ma'am. Namana po namin. Ang pinakabago lang po is yung Jeddah, Riyadh. That's just the
So is there a
only one.
great deal of trade coming out of Saudi Arabia or only labor exchanges?
Ma'am, this is just a few months old pa lang yung office.
Yun na nga, pero what was the basis?
The basis there is that there
What
is
was the basis? What was the standard by which you determined a trade office should be opened there, for example, rather than Brazil, for example? Or do you have one in Brazil?
We're actually looking at potentials every time we open one FTSC office. So
No, I'm not saying that Saudi is wrong. I just want to understand the
yes,
method.
correct. Yeah.
Because parang shotgun eh. Yung ibang lugar meron, yung ibang wala. Kaya nga, maraming department nagsasabi, pwede ba hingin na lamang yung mga trade mission na yan? Total, wala naman masyadong trabaho dyan.
In Brazil, Senator, we
Yes.
don't have. Go ahead.
Ma'am, for example, for KSA, dalawa yung major agenda natin doon. May mga sovereign wealth fund po doon na pwede dapat trabahuin po ng colleagues natin na naka-assign doon. Pangalawa ho, merong
Sovereign wealth, hindi ba DOF ang dapat doon? Hindi kayo. Walang kinalaman sa trade.
mga investments po, investments. And then,
Investment sa
Opo.
BRI side.
Opo,
Okay.
kasi we work together po. Pangalawa, may mga market access issues din ho tayo with Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, but what's the quantum of trade? It doesn't seem very large. It's mostly labor, right?
Trade po, it's work in progress.
Kaya nga, pero bakit doon? Gusto ko lang intindihin. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just need to understand.
Ma'am, siguro I will give you, like, for example, if you would allow me, I will enumerate the 29 posts that we have so that we can have a visual on the posts that we
Is
have.
there a list you can put here on screen? Yeah. I think I have it actually. Di ba binigay rin ninyo yan? Parang nakita ko na yan eh. Director Uy.
Apo.
Kaya lang hindi ko makita yung method in the madness.
All right, we
parang-
can provide you.
Parang
ma'am.
shotgun.
Hindi naman po, ma'am.
Hindi. Do the 29 trade missions represent the 29 top trading partners of the Philippines? They don't. They do. To your mind, they do. They
Yes.
actually do.
Yes, they do.
So you're saying that Saudi is going to be the 30th top trading partner of the Philippines? I don't think it is. So maybe that's what you need to give me. Who are the top trading partners of the Philippines and saan tayo may mission?
Okay. Yeah, actually, Japan is also one of the strong ones. When we go there, usually when we talk to the companies,
Siyempre,
they
dapat
actually
naman.
have more investments pa. Aside from what they already have here, they're actually investing more. And
Hindi,
then
sinasabi ko lang, ang realidad, pag budget season, agawan ng pera yan, di ba? Unahan yan, at saka kanya-kanyang diskarte yan para humingi kay Senator Gatchalian kung paano. Kailangan magpakitang gilas kayo. Kung wala naman maipapakita, di talaga mababawasan tayo. At yung mga hinihingi ninyong budget ay hindi maibibigay. Yun lang talagang realidad. Ganyan talaga yan.
yes, and syempre,
Ngayon,
Senator,
kung wala namang maipakita, wala namang FTA, wala namang masyadong trade, talagang tinatamad na kami magdagdag kapag ganyan.
and the Senator, syempre, after the imposition of the US tariff, we need to find other markets also. This is actually why we
Yes.
need to open also in other areas where there's potential. Let's say South America, they just built the deep sea port last year. So that's hindi na dadaan ng US yung mga vessels. So meaning, wala nang tariff doon. Unlike before, they need to pass the US to go to South America. Not like now,
Understood.
diretso na po sila
I'm aware,
to
and
that area.
bananas are going to be hit so
Yes,
badly by
so-
Ecuador. It's miserable.
And
No,
we're
I
actually
understand.
working on this
Kaya nga.
also now. So we need to establish offices
But you're
in
talking about
those
Latin
areas.
America. The only one you opened is in Saudi. That's not Latin America.
One po, because of all the
And Brazil is
potential
the
of
largest, and Brazil is the largest country in South America, and you didn't mention Brazil. So I'm a little bit confused. Medyo sa bugang direksyon.
we have po in Chile now. So actually South America
Yeah, you talked about
relies on Chile
and also the
FTSC office.
CCPT and so on. But ang binuksan ninyo, Saudi. Parang ang layo dun sa
Hindi,
sinabi.
Saudi because of the
Pwede ba
potential
ipagkaisa?
of
Kasi
the Middle
nalilito
East.
kami.
No, malaking potential now ng Middle East. So we actually
I
are
agree
trying
with
in that
but your
area.
FTAs are not directed there. You have a small country like the UAE. You're not directing Saudi. Ang sinasabi ko, may limitasyon tayo sa budget. We have scarce resources. Hindi ba dapat itutok sa isang lugar? Kung Saudi talaga, doon na rin na-operate yung FTA. Doon na rin talagang tututukan yung negotiation. At doon na rin yung trade mission. Instead of which, sabog-sabog, may UAE, pagkatapos nun, biglang may Chile, pagkatapos nun, biglang may Saudi. I'm just trying to help here so that you have better accomplishment report, because in this way, it's like all over the place.
Yes, thank you, Senator. We will actually address that.
It's not addressed in your budget. This is my problem. Okay. I think the primordial mandate of the DTI is the promotion of MSMEs. The question is, nalilito lang ako dito kasi so when there's a wage hike petition, the DOLE raises the fact that the MSMEs will be the hardest hit in the economy, right? As we speak, 99+% of the enterprises in the Philippines are MSMEs. There is upwards of 67% of employment with MSMEs again. And that is your primordial mandate to my mind as I read it. So, kapag may wage hike, meron ba kayong cooperation with DOLE? Kasi pag kinakausap ko sila, tinatanong nila lagi, yung MSMEs, bahala na yung DTI doon. So what's the level of cooperation and communication? Do you have a MOA? And so on. There is no form. Parang wala, di ba? Kasi parating nagtuturuan eh. Ang DOLE sasabihin ng DTI na in charge dyan.
We'll have you, Sec Bless. Go ahead.
Yes po.
Thank you po.
Kapag nagkaroon halimbawa ng wage hike petition, then DOLE will say yung MSMEs paano and sasabihin na ang DTI ang in charge. Nag-uusap ba kayo o paano ba yung kasunduan sa wage hike?
Nag-uusap po kasi in all of the regional tripartite wage productivity board in the regions, DTI is one of the members representing
Ayun na nga
the
yung mga
tripartite.
rinereklamo pagkabagal-bagal ng regional wage board eh.
Yeah, but all of our regional boards are represented. We have a representation.
Yeah, so
The
in fact,
regional director sits in the
so
board.
you're saying that the MOA is not necessary kasi
It's
nasa
not-
wage board na.
Yes po.
Both DOLE is the chairman tapos DTI is a
DTI
permanent
is one of
member.
the members.
Yeah.
And also, Madam Senator, in the NWPC, which is the National Wages and Productivity Commission, DTI is also represented.
I'm sorry, what is it called?
National Wages and Productivity
Oh, yeah, okay.
Commission.
Yeah.
We are also represented, and it reviews actually the wage, the proposed wage, how do you call that?
Yes, but given the landscape of Filipino business where MSMEs are so dominant, I mean almost 100% are really very, very small. Anong nagagawa ninyo kapag may wage hike? Kasi hindi kakayanin ng MSMEs. Papa-exempt natin lahat yun. Eh, para saan pa yung wage hike? Parang ganun lang parati yung urungan dyan eh, di ba? Yung DOLE, papayag ng itataas. Tapos i-exempt 99%. Eh, nag-abala ka pa. Yun ang tanong ko. Paano nyo minamanage yung ganun?
Sa exemption, Madam Chair, we have the BMBE, the Barangay Micro Business Enterprise,
Ay,
which
hindi naman yun ang counted. Iba pa yun eh.
yeah, it's micro.
That's a whole other
It
dynamic.
covers the micro.
Understood, but the barangay is very, very small and largely unregistered. Di ba yun na nga yung problema natin sa informal and formal?
They are already registered when they get the BAMBI certification.
Yes, I
They are
understand.
registered already, and they are 87% of the 99%.
Ganun ba?
Yes po.
87% na ngayon.
87%.
Talaga? Sure ka?
Yes po.
Parang hindi ganun eh. Pero okay,
Malaki po
sinabi
sila.
mo.
The micro.
Parang sa amin hindi ganun eh.
It is. Ma'am.
I don't know, but okay, if you say so. All right. Yeah, there are some questions here about the DTI digitization and e-commerce adaptation of the MSMEs. Is that going anywhere? Kasi parang wala naman masyado pa. I mean, meron siguro digitization sa central office kahit sa regional, pero kung pag-uusapan yung MSMEs, parang wala pa. Any progress on that end?
For us now, regarding the e-commerce platform, we're really actually just encouraging them to join the e-commerce platform. As actually sobrang strong ngayon ng e-commerce platform na
We'll come to that later, but I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about any level of digitization sa MSMEs para meron mga asenso konti. Wala, di ba? And then what are the types of livelihood kits being distributed by your livelihood seeding? Sabit na lang ninyo to. Nahirapan ako kumuha ng sagot sa inyo eh. Bigay ko na kayo lahat ng question. Sige. Ano to? Yung livelihood seeding, ano yung mga kits na pinamimigay ninyo? Just for understanding, by way of information lang.
Thank you po.
Po.
Meron po tayong sari-sari store,
Okay.
and then we also have the
What's the criteria?
criteria. It should be affected by the calamity, and then they are also affected by calamity, and then they also have to be micro.
Well, obviously, we're talking about
Yes.
MSMEs. Yeah, can you just submit this? Yeah, I have a long list of questions. The digitization of the MSME level, anong itsura ng livelihood seeding? Kasi kung puro calamity yan, hindi rin magtatagal yan kasi hindi naman marunong magnegosyo. Baka kung sino-sino ang pinamimigay. Nakikita namin, wala pa isang taon, wala nang kita eh. Kaya nagtataka rin kami. Mga negosyo center. Okay, I need to go to this rather controversial part. The Shared Services Facilities Project has always been a flagship project of the Department of Trade. Matagal na ito nag-umpisa. Yung pagkaalam ko, kailan pa ba to? 2014 ba yun? Parang tagal na nito eh. Diba? 2014, matagal na to eh. And in your budget, you have allocated the amount of 519 million. In addition, you have also given, ano ba ito? Yeah, 26. And then, ganito rin, 646 in 2025. Mas malaki pa last year eh, kesa this year, di ba? For 2025. Ang tinatanong ko kasi, at ito yung rinereklamo sa amin, ano, sa mga probinsya, yung shared services, talagang problema siya kasi hindi na siya shared ng maigi, hindi na ma-maximize. Yung budget ninyong for shared services under 2026 proposed is 519,548. Samantalang yung negosyo centers, which is your primary mandate, is only 454.26. In addition, we are all fully aware that the COA has complained on more than one occasion that the shared services is unable to liquidate and has very, very poor inventory, asset management, etc. So, pinagtatakahan ko, bakit ang konti ng negosyo centers kesa sa shared service facilities, which clearly needs an overhaul. 11 years na siya working, long before Secretary Roque, and it's never been very successful. And it has run into all kinds of COA problems. Bakit ganun yung budget ninyo? Bakit mas malaki pa dun sa naghihikahos na project kesa sa tulong sa MSME?
For the shared service, kasi actually, Senator, no, kailangan talaga ito for the businesses to grow. Kasi a lot of the
I'm very
MSMEs
familiar po.
cannot
I was
afford.
a local government official for a very long time. In many cases, naka-mothball pa yung mga shared service, hindi ginagamit. Naka-karton pa yan. At saka nasa mga SUC at kung saan-saan, hindi naman ginagamit kahit kailan.
Yes, kasi actually,
So, tinatanong ko, unang-una, maliwanag na dapat i-overhaul yan, 11
Correct.
years na.
Yes.
Ikalawa, talagang palpak siya, hindi ina-access ng mga negosyo.
yes,
So, kailangan may gawin. Kung gagawin bang mobile yan, o ibigay na lang sa cooperative, or anong gagawin, kasi hindi siya nag-work sa ngayon. Pero, kayo, doon pa rin yung budget ninyo, tinututok. Hindi ba dapat ibigay diretso na lang sa financial assistance ng MSMEs kesa sa shared services?
hindi po. Kasi sometimes the machines are quite pricey, and in one town, halos lahat, madaming in the same business. So kung maayos lang ang pagpapatakbo ng shared service facilities.
COA, sabi, hindi daw maayos ang pagpapatakbo. Nawawala daw yung equipment, hindi nakatitulo.
Actually, we
yung
changed.
inventaryo at mga numero